Yo, Wagwan people, hope everyone's doing good, and I'm super happy because if you take a look, you'll see I actually managed to get my game Firefight. Well, it's not released, it's not published on the store yet. I can see it like this, no one else can see it like this, unfortunately. But I actually managed to finish the game and actually get it submitted to be released. So hopefully in a couple of weeks it will go live and everyone can see it. But unfortunately right now it's currently under review and I'm the only one that can see it. But I'm still really happy about that. And as I had the deadline of September the 15th to submit the game by, it was an absolute mad thing. Just had to stay up to 5 a.m. on so many nights and so many things went wrong. I'm talking about things that I've been working for the entirety of the project and suddenly now they break. Like, it was crazy. And the worst thing was that nothing generated errors in the console. Yeah, let me just jump in and show you the game. Right, so as you can see, I'm in my library and I've got my game Firefight. I won't hover over it, but you can see I've got the graphic there with the logo on it. I had to make the logo, I had to do all the graphic artwork and everything like that. So I was really happy with this because that's not my strong suit. And it came off looking rather professional. So I'm super happy with that. Look, it looks like a game, like, let me play the game. Okay, so let me load it. There used to be a Unity logo here. I'm not quite sure what happened to the Unity logo. It seems to have scurred off somewhere, but I got my logo. As you can see, AO. It's a bit simple, kept it kind of simple. Really happy with it though. Got a little loading bar as required by Oculus. As you can see, I've got the main menu, so play, tutorial, credits. So we've got the upgrade fire truck menu over here where you can increase the truck health, water tank size. You can start with a foam grenade, increase the power, the range of the hose and the width. And there's also an in-app purchase for 1,000 monies. And I kind of put in a little support the developer there, 8 because, you know what I'm saying, it's a free game and I spent almost a year on and off working on it. So I thought, you know what, let me try and make a little bread, you know what I'm saying, just a little bread. Hopefully. But it was actually quite difficult actually balancing the prices of everything to give people a reason to buy the monies while also, you know, not slowing down the process of the game, like giving them fair amount of upgrades. But I guess only time will tell whether I balanced it correctly. But I also have the leaderboard implemented, come on. And this is basically all of your high scores combined to this score, and that gets you on the top of the leaderboard. And I've also got it that if you hit play, so you can see all of the high scores there displayed with your star rating. But when you hit play, this will change to your position in the leaderboard. So obviously if you're not at the top, it will show you your actual rank and kind of where you are. So it kind of, you know, gives it a bit of that competitive edge. But you can see I've got 20 stages. Originally I wanted to have 3 levels with 10 stages each, but unfortunately level design takes much longer than I thought, and making well thought out stages also took longer than I thought. So I thought, you know what, let me go with 1 level with 20 stages. And obviously, man, got the Bluetooth controller working. Yeah, jump in, play some game. Alright, so that's stage 18. We're going to play with the controller. I picked a longer stage as I kind of wanted to explain. So as you can see, it fades in from black. 3, 2, 1, countdown, flies at the player. The enemies spawn in like one by one. Like, I did have them spawning all at once, but it was just a bit intense. And it kind of felt unfair to just knock off, you know, potentially knock off four lives from the player. So it's a bit hard to play and talk at the same time, as I'm just discovering. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. The enemies and the collisions from the hose feel quite good. It feels fun. You know, it's not a game to be taken too seriously. Like, it's just a bit of fun, like an arcade style game. Hence why it's free as well. So, but I would say though, it's good. Like, it actually feels like a proper game, which is obviously a good start, and it keeps you interesting. I mean, it keeps you interested, and there's you know, enough to do for you to feel like you're constantly interacting in the world and that you've got to, you know, pay attention to. And I'm really happy with these foam grenades. They look pretty cool, how they stick on things. I did want to have more enemy variations and more kind of like obstacles and kind of things that you would have to like you know, like gates and stuff you would have to spray out, but unfortunately due to time I couldn't include all of those things. And that was a great lesson about scope, you know, because although I wanted all of those things, it was hard for me not to start working on them and then get lost in the source. So instead, but anyway, so I've got the stage clear. You can see a little confetti party, you know what I'm saying, little, I don't know if you saw there, but it gives you added score based on the amount of power and water you have remaining. So while I was recording the video, I just noticed something. Okay, it's the bomber clock water level slider. Why is it not going down? See, it's these kind of things that try and keep man up at night. So I just jumped back into the Gear VR, just had to take another look, and it's actually working. I'm not too sure why it didn't work. Sometimes you get odd behaviors when you're recording with the VR for some reason. I'm not too sure why that is, but as you can see, I did test it out again, and it's all working fine on the same level with the Bluetooth controller. So I have no idea why it did that. And I thought possibly the water level might be higher than what the slider can display. So I just double checked the code to make sure that the water level cannot surpass the maximum water level that the player is allowed. And yeah, I had already put it in place. So, but anyway, let me continue. So I got 4785, which translates to 47 monies earned. And I also got 3 stars because I got above 80% of the fires extinguished. I think that was the threshold, maybe 81%. And yeah, that's where I got to with this project. Okay guys, so I thought we'd just hop into Unity. I could just show you the project in the editor. There was a total of 130 scripts that I had written in the end. And to be honest, I was quite shocked at the amount of scripts that I wrote over the time. And I was just looking back, just quite proud, I guess. Like just looking like, raw man, wrote over 130 scripts for this game. So this was definitely one of the most complex games that I've worked on so far. So there are about 23 levels in the build. There is the level 1 base level, because I was going to have level 2, level 3, but I didn't get around to that. And then level 1 stages, which go up to 20. And you see that they're accompanied with their lighting data and the nav mesh data. And I was going to have the nav mesh data associated with the level 1 base level, but as each stage is laid out different, I had to actually bake the navigation data into the stages. So we'll just jump into the base level. As you can see, there's no camera, it is literally just the environment, no player, no anything. So the levels have been set up so that the environment is actually one mesh and it uses one texture, which has been atlased. And there are some setbacks to this, like occlusion culling, but as the map wasn't any bigger than this, it wasn't really much of an issue. This was achieved using an asset called Mesh Baker, which you can actually find for free on the asset store. So shout out to Ian Dean. So this level has got its light map data, there is no navigation data. And then if I come over to one of the scenes, let's just say level 15. So the levels are split up so that they contain the props such as the cars, the obstacles and the trees, and then they also contain the enemies, the spawn points and the fires. And the props for the level have also been combined into one mesh with a combined texture so that they can also be rendered with just one draw call. And if I press play, you'll see that the base level scene loads asynchronously in the background upon the start of each level or each stage. And by taking this approach, the game build was actually only 49 megabytes when you download it. So I was really happy with that, as I was really conscious about how much memory this game was going to take up on the phone, and I wanted to keep it low. And yeah, this allowed me to do that. And the video is actually getting pretty long right now, so I'm just going to just stop it there, and I will possibly do a deeper dive into this project and show you kind of all how the save systems work, the high score systems works and all of that. And I'll also do a video about how I actually got the game published and what you need to do to get your game published, as I didn't really get much time to delve into that. But thanks for watching guys, hope you found this somewhat interesting, and I'll see you guys on the next one.